We back. Rawshan in the building. Calcutta, India. All right, we back. All right, we back.
Yes.
This man.
Yeah.
So when it comes to TikTok in India, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
How is this? I mean, like TikTok hit us maybe, I don't know. It hit us like maybe a year ago or something. Like it started to
Okay.
hit us pretty hard a year ago. Now it's getting pretty crazy, you know. But in India, it's been there longer, I think.
Yeah. 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 I think India got it right after China. I mean, like people were doing random TikTok videos and like some things were like really random. Like things didn't make sense. Like, overreacting and everything, and then suddenly some crazy edits and oh god, some things are really terrible. I mean, if you start watching it, you'll take like 2 days of whole TikTok videos to actually have a great time. Like I think started around 3 4 years back, because there's this crazy event place where we go to in New Delhi. It's called Delhi Heart. So that place, we go there, like a lot of people came to do events there, like Slim, Junior, and Pop and Pete. They all came there in different events, but the same venue. It's a
Uh,
dope ass venue. So whenever we go there, it's been like 2 years or 2.5 years we've been going there for events, and every time, like if there are 2 3 days, 2 3 day of events, like every time we see people dressed up with make with production to shoot proper TikTok videos, and like there are like a lot of groups, and there are like a lot of groups, like because the events are Saturdays and Sundays. So every weekend these guys do their whole thing the whole week, and then Saturdays or Sundays are TikTok days. So in these kind of places in New Delhi, in the big cities, a lot of people are just too much into TikTok, because I think the drama that Bollywood had since ages, it has just inspired a lot of random people to do random things, on TikTok,
uh,
because it was always there. Maybe they never got a form of, they never got an art form to express themselves that way. But now that they got this, and they've seen like people can do random things here. But then there are some really good things too, like but you won't find them too much. You just see like really bad edits and all those things. Have you researched about them? The Indian
yeah.
TikTok videos.
So Bollywood, like it's like a whole generation that's inspired by Bollywood, but then now they have the opportunity to create their own film. Like
Yeah. And then
shit.
it's like crazy, like they bring out crazy dialogues, like which people don't even remember, crazy sequences from movies which have been like ignored, and people still laugh about it because they are making some crazy ass random videos which which kind of makes no sense, but it's too funny. And
Yeah.
some are really cringy, like some go really cringy, bro. Like you don't feel like watching anymore after you watch a couple of those, but the funny ones are really good. It's like an
Yeah.
entertainment.
And then also it's helping like tutting, bro. What the hell, man? Tutting in
Yeah, yeah,
TikTok is like you see like the
yeah.
Bollywood celebrities doing tutting.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, they are taught in those choreographies, bro. Like these dance sequences in like Bollywood movies, they are crazy. And nowadays, a lot of these young actors, because they are quite fit, they tend to like dancing and everything. So a couple of them are into like they can do waves, they can do like shoot downs, bro. These actors from South India, they do like dope, the slingy and the shoot down kind of a thing. Like when you go, there's
Yeah.
like
Oh yeah,
they
yeah,
do this thing,
yeah.
and they do that, like they jump into that. I mean, I can't do that. I think like I'll my knee, and then these South Indian actors, like they don't, yeah. They're not called actors, they're called heroes, bro. So they are the
Oh,
they are the Superman and the Batman here.
yeah,
So these
well, the thing
guys
is,
are
we see them do that, but then we don't know how bad they hurt afterwards, you know?
yeah, that's true.
That
Which is,
your body cannot sustain that unless it's like, you know, unless you're like a contortionist, then it makes sense.
mm,
But
yeah,
yeah, your ligaments, most people's ligaments can't do it.
but yeah. But
Yeah,
then
because
the
oh,
yeah,
go
yeah.
ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So, there are some poppers nowadays who are on TikTok, which I really remember, who are actually, killing it because, the beats which are famous on TikTok, they pretty much go like, like really fast things.
Uh-huh.
And some of the poppers here, like some young guys who really pop dope, going crazy with it. They're like exploding some bazookas and putting it on TikToks. And I watch them and like, wow, bro, if that by any chance starts happening in real time, the world is
Oh, I
a lot
know,
of
man.
quality, a lot of
That's
quality.
that's one thing I was using TikTok for in the beginning was using it as a practice tool because it allows you to slow down the music. So, like for example, like finger tuts, and you start to do finger tuts. Like I'm not that good at finger tuts, but when I can slow down the time to half time, I only have to move like this fast, and then I
Yeah,
can
yeah, yeah.
like have a really like dope. Like it'll look so clean if I go like this and I go boom. It'll look like whoa, what the fuck, you know? It'll be
Yeah,
like in TikTok time, it'll be like, you know, like
yeah,
so crazy. Um, so you can start to like build all these different things at a slow speed because the music's like, wong, 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 boom, you know?
totally.
Yeah. So
So,
for me, it was like, yeah, let me play with this a little bit. It's just like a toy, you know, but we could do it without the effects, but I think sometimes when you practice with the effects, you can actually learn different things about your movement too.
mhm. True. Now that you told me, like, even I think I should try this because I've never felt how it is, like doing
Yeah,
everything in slow motion.
yeah, because even if you're trying to do digits, you know, like you can
Yeah,
just like bink, 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 bink. It's like
yeah,
you get really, but then it would look like a wave, you know. So um, yeah, man, I think that's something that I've been really excited to see in India growing so quickly is tutting, you know.
yeah.
Because I think also you guys have a lot of bone breakers there too, yeah.
Yeah. There's a huge tutting community, bro. Like, and it's so like it's only on social media. So that's the thing. Like, I never get to meet most of these guys because they don't come to the
Oh
popping
shit.
jam. So, but these guys are really tight amongst themselves, and some of them are like like I just saw some of these online battles like a couple of days back, and some were just killing it. And I'm like, what if these guys were coming to the jams regularly and you know they were they get that exposure of all the other dance styles, and what if they could create something crazier? But
Mhm.
there are a lot of good, like really good tutters who like a lot of my friends like Lil Puma and everyone. We had a talk about this. Like there are tutters who he knows in India who are dope who I don't even know about because I haven't seen them in the jam. But then they tag their tutting mates and the hashtags of tutting, so everyone around the world who are tutters they get to know them. But
Yeah,
I never
yeah.
used to know about these guys, and there's so many. I mean, crazy tutters.
Yeah, there's like the guy I always give a shout out to is Hitesh Patel. Do you
Hitesh
know him?
Patel. No,
Yeah.
I think I know him. I really feel like I know him. Like his name sounds quite
Yeah.
familiar.
Yeah, like he uses his feet a lot. You know, he'll do like finger or
Oh, okay,
toe
okay,
touch
that
and
guy.
stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he does some really crazy concepts with the full body. Also, like his bone structure is like really skinny, you know? So like his angle looks so clean. It's like when he put out his arm, his hands are super big. So like, you know, like his hand will be like here and his arm is like perfect straight, you know? So his tut looked crazy, but he's a popper too, so he can hit.
Yeah.
I seen a couple clips of him where he's like in a battle or something.
Oh,
So,
okay.
but he's in Mumbai. He's in Mumbai.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I've met him, but like, or maybe he has a different name or something. But Hitesh Patel, the name sounds really like.
Yeah, that's the one. That's his Instagram handle. So, I think it's like Hitesh underscore Patel, and then yeah, but yeah, he's always putting out crazy stuff. But there's a lot of great tutters in India, man. But you're saying that they're not really like coming out to the events as much, or
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, they're just not coming out socially, but
uh
they are coming out like massively on the internet. But as long as they are doing it, it's really dope, man. But yeah, even I would love to meet all of these guys, and watching like, cutting is something that I always get influenced by when I watch. Like if I just see somebody creating those boxes and those angles, I just automatically feel like I'm like, let me just grab these, and even I get a good day of imagination to play around. So
yeah, for sure, for sure.
again,
Yeah. What
these
is
guys, yeah.
what is the situation like? I feel like when I look at the Indian events, there's like a lot of it's mainly like all males. Is there female poppers too?
Very less, bro. Very
Yeah, it's a
less.
lot less.
If you count, you'll get like around 10 to 20 in the whole country.
Uh,
Yeah.
wow.
Oh,
So,
I think Hitesh Patel just joined us.
oh yeah, there you go. Hey, shout out. Yeah, I'm always giving him a shout out. He's like, man, stop talking about me. uh, but yeah, this why is this? Why is there less females in the dance scene or the at least the popping scene?
Well, I don't know, bro. Like from the beginning, it was just male poppers. I mean, we didn't know any one female popper. My city still doesn't have a female popper. Can you imagine?
Wow.
So
Wow.
it's been more than 10 years that people know what popping is. People know the real people, and everybody's been practicing. But there are no poppers here. I mean, female poppers. There are some in the northern and the western side of the country. Shout out to them. They are trying really hard. A couple of friends, a couple of young girls who are just trying to put as much effort as the guys, and they
Yes.
are really doing great, man. But I don't know what hit the numbers so low that I think it's also somewhere down the line because of how things were back then. Like the thing that I was telling you, India in the 90s, in the late 90s, was way different than what it is now.
Mm,
Because other things like uh, how the culture was, there are still some parts, some cities, like not cities but some villages and towns in this country where women are so oppressed. Like people there are women, like 5 to 6 women in one house who are not allowed to go out in villages. They just do their
uh,
work at their own homes, and then a lot of places, a lot of NGOs have started like women-based industry for these villages. So back then, from back in time, mindset has somewhere affected this area. I think of this kind of mentality. I think in this country that just like I told you, like security in sons, they need more security in their daughters, something like that. And also
uh,
there have been these rituals like way back where like child marriage and everything. There was this thing called sati, which was a horrible ritual, man. Like we got to know about this through our history classes, It was like when somebody, like if a married couple, if a husband dies, the woman was forced, or she, when there was a rule to go and we burn the body. We don't dig it in a coffin. Like, we burn the bodies. So the woman is supposed to die with the husband, and
Oh wow.
that was sati, and that thing was happening since the British times. Like, and there were a lot of things like before independence, after independence, there were things that didn't change, and there were a lot of women being oppressed. I mean, these women were trying a lot till now. Women try a lot, but I think some way from that mentality till now, people have not been so liberal about their daughters, have not been so open-minded about you know women going out and being there. But when I actually see these girls killing it in the popping scene, I'm like, wow, what if we could have had some more like them? Because they really bring a different flavor, bro. Because if you see women dancing the Bollywood style, and if you see guys dancing the Bollywood style, you will see a proper difference. Although a lot of things has been influenced from the mm, 80s and 90s of US, like the disco scene, or maybe like influenced from the MC Hammer kind of scene, you know. But even then, like 80s, 90s to now, like the Bollywood dance has some kind of influence on the women differently, on the guys differently. If suppose like there are two girls who are in a popping competition today, maybe New Delhi or maybe in Calcutta here, like these two girls are given like one, two really hard funk songs, they'll kill it, and then suddenly if they're given a Bollywood song with like a female voice or something, if it's a rich music, I don't know if it's like an all style battle or something, they will just go crazy. And because and you
Mhm.
yeah, these girls have like a different flavor, which actually is completely different from Bollywood, but you can see the influence. So I really
Uh,
wish a lot of people, push the women in the scene. There are a lot of hip hop dancers actually now, a lot of crumb dancers who are uh, girls and women, and but not really in the popping scene because I don't know. Like when I see women in Europe, women in Asia, the popping scene, girls are killing it like,
yeah,
every
yeah,
day.
for sure. I was just wondering if it's like in the culture in India is do women looked at as equal, or do they have equal rights to men?
Hmm. Well, exactly, that's the point. Like in places which are really backward till today, like there was a time, like even 3 to 4 years back, like where there were places in India, like a lot of villages or small, really small towns didn't have electricity. So even electricity problems, water problems, everything. Now the government is trying to be better, but like, it takes time for everything to happen here. It seems, but the country is progressing liberally, and you know see the changes. Like we can see it, we can feel it. But yeah, like it has always been there. Like some women have been, pushed to not do what they want. It has been there since a long time. Like since a really long time. Just like I told you, like my mom, she wanted to do something, but because of my grandparents not being sure about that, they were like, "I think you should rather study and get a job." And this thing is probably diluted to this kind of a formation today. But who knows what was happening in the 70s or 80s, like when uh, males used to actually dominate the government, the every sector males used to dominate till some point of time for sure. So I think that some way or the other is some ideas and people which people these ideologies are still carried on in like backward places. I know about these places, but it'll take time to develop. And if the whole mental state is not developing along with what we see, maybe this will keep on happening. Maybe it'll affect people who are coming from really small towns, really small villages, and settling in cities. Maybe these women, these girls, are not being able to cope up with the city life, or maybe when they come to a jam, they're like, I mean, they probably haven't seen anything like that ever in their life, and like an exposure of 200, 300 dancers. Then, if the inspiration strikes there, I think that's a lot of job done right there. But it also depends, like family history. I do think like it has affected a lot.
I feel like women have so much strength, and I feel like they have like a superpower sometimes, uh, and sometimes I feel like men are so overburdened, like it's a lot of weight to try and be masculine, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
for a woman to like embrace her femininity, um, and to realize like how much influence she has on the world around her, like to be empowered. And when you see them dance, like dance is not something that requires like a superhuman strength, right? Like we see the difference between men and women when it comes to like strongman competitions, like the strongest people in the world, like they're gonna be men. But when it comes to dance, you gotta think it like women almost always have more rhythm than men, like just naturally, right? But then
yeah, yeah.
uh, when you give them the tools, like their body to articulate dance is just as well equipped as a man's body is, physically with their muscles and everything. So um, for me, I feel like, man, that's something I'm interested to see. Like I know there's a girl that I've seen in India. I think her name is Nadia. She does tutting.
Nadia?
Nadia, Nadia or Nydia. I could be wrong. Nadia Force or something like that is her Instagram
Oh,
handle.
Nidhi Force. Nidhi Force. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Nydia Force, yeah, she's
Yeah,
dope. She's dope.
yeah, yeah,
I just see the tutting, but yeah. I mean, for me, it's like she's already playing with a lot of ideas. She's got good technique, good form, and
yeah.
like for me, it's like only a matter of time before India starts to open up that world, and like women realize like, oh shit, we could do this like to the
Yeah,
full
yeah.
out, start taking over.
Yeah, 100%. I really try so hard to, if I get like a girl who's interested in popping, who wants to learn or something, I try so hard to push her. But then unfortunately, things didn't go well in my city. Like, even I have a couple of friends who are whackers. My girlfriend, she's a great whacker. And I try to, push that popping thing on everyone. Like, hey, try this, this might look good. And then if they be like, the robot doesn't suit me, I'm like, no, no, it's good. A robot should look like that, weird. And but then
Yeah.
somewhere or the other they like doing that because maybe they are influenced by other styles, but all the girls who tried to learn something from me, or maybe who I've taught, they kind of quit in my city. I just don't know why. I've tried my best, but maybe someday when things burst out, they realize that now is the time.
Yeah, well, I think also there's certain things, but you have women crumpers, so that to me is like a pretty like the postures and everything, they're pretty masculine, just by the way they look. Same with popping, popping doesn't have to be masculine at all, because really you're talking about a hit, right? So when you're
Yeah,
hitting, you could pick whatever pose that you want, so you don't
yeah,
have to look like everybody else. The thing about popping that I always loved was the fact that it's unlimited, what we talk about like the traditional style of popping, um, then you're talking about like a certain aesthetic. You're looking at it like a certain look, but when you're talking about the ability to control your body, whether it's like through vibrations or ticking or hitting, like you're learning all these different textures that you can apply in any
anything.
any music you want, anything.
Yeah, that's the best part. That's the best part. I mean, I just hope more people start realizing that. I just saw like MT's workshop today on the page Out of Popping. Oh
Uh-huh.
my God, he was so. he was so open about this, the same thing you were talking about, like how we
Um,
can just create anything and everything through every part of our body, and it's also universal. It's like just like how Boogie Frantic says, like universal foundation. It's like you
yeah.
can do whatever you want if you just learn that piece of thing, and if female like get into this thing, like get their Bollywood background and everything, they might just start
Yeah.
killing it.
You know, you have like two different things. You have like groove and you have dance and like that type of stuff, right? Where you're
Mm.
embodying the sound and everything. Then when you start to attach your imagination to things, like even your imagination to groove, but your imagination to objects that you can create through mime or you know, when you're waving, like when you attach that to sound and how you can manipulate that, and then all of a sudden you
Yeah.
start to see like these hard shapes that are going around and then there's circles. So then the world starts to turn into a playground that the music made, you know.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's so dope.
Like it's like movies, like all the creepy movies we search about, and we like, oh, we need to watch this, and then like if we're in zone, we kind of create our own screenplay right here.
Yeah, every song is like a new world. You play a song and then like I think everybody that listens to music goes to some place when they hear a good song, you know? Uh,
Yeah,
the cool thing about dancing is now that you're dancing in that world where you're like can create the world. You can make it like dark and like angry and sad, or you can make it like
yeah,
super happy and blissful and like sunny, you know? It's like
yeah.
unlimited.
True. What a
Yeah.
beauty! What a
Yeah.
beauty!
We're so lucky, man. That's the thing. Like even when shit hits the fan, like you know nobody has work, and you know we still got something that plays music.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly, exactly. Yeah,
I'm like I don't know what other people are doing, but I'm still having a good time. I'm in quarantine for 4 weeks, 5 weeks so far. I'm good.
yeah, yeah. Even I've been thinking it for the last month. I'm like, wow, this is the best time I could have. Like, I'm not regretting it at all. Like, I've got my things. I even got a couple of people at my home who have been stuck since the lockdown happened, and we just chill every day. We just play music, dance whenever whoever wants to dance, they come, they dance. We're doing our thing. I'm just happy that I chose something to live with that is still where I can still grow in this quarantine or whatever is happening. I can just still keep pushing. That's the best part.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think that you do that too. You even share that same vibe, bro. I see that.
Yeah, man. You just gotta keep like creating things, you know, that's what we're good at, you know. Whether it's, you know, movement or whether it's music or whether it's like drawing or for me like creating these conversations where we can talk and like talk about anything that we want, you know, just
Yeah,
conversations and then exchanging culture. Like when you were talking about the situation in India, when you say, you know, electricity is sometimes like in the countryside is not there, you know,
yeah,
and how the ideas don't really spread to those areas because of that too, you know. So
mhm,
for us, I mean, it may seem normal to you, but like that's a powerful thing to express because in the US that's not an issue, you know. So
mhm,
like people here, you know, they always find something to complain about, but then they forget to acknowledge all the good things that we have as well, you know. And also
mhm.
like when they go, for me this is like we're almost traveling to India like with you for a second, you know. And like
Yeah, yeah.
I was actually supposed to be in India in like a week, you know.
Yeah.
And
Okay, is it me? Is it? Yeah, it's me. Yeah, bro. Shit.
yeah, I was supposed to be in India in a couple weeks, but yeah, but the thing is, I would have I would have had the same conversation with you as soon as I got there, but
Yeah,
now everybody gets to hear it as well, so that's the cool part about doing this.
yeah, yeah. But like, people who would have rather wanted to be there in that jam, they're like, getting a part of it. They're enjoying it, enjoying their quarantine, and also getting to know about things of different cultures. I think that's the best part. They
Yeah.
deserve it now.
Yeah, man. I hope like man, I was so excited, man. I was like, I finally get to go to India. I was like already planning
Yeah,
it. Oh man, and then
yeah,
yeah,
shit.
it's probably gonna be a while, man. Shit.
Yeah,
Uh
I don't know since it's been a
yeah,
long time. It already feels like a long time. Just that I'm surviving well. But I don't know, it's like till when is this going on? Until when is this going to happen, bro? I mean, like the people here say like we're gonna be in lockdown for 2, 3 more months. I mean, locked down with nothing happening, and with the economy going down and everything. Oh God! But still, we just have hope. Just gotta live
yeah,
with the hope.
yeah. I think I think it will all work out. The thing is. Yeah, it's a very complex situation when you think about all the things that are going into play. When it comes down to like the
Mm,
basic necessities of like the farm and food that's being produced and like all that sort of stuff. And then you have to have a distribution and then people buying. It's
mm.
like all this sort of stuff is kind of up in the air, but better than ever for getting into dance if you want to start online. It's the perfect time, yo.
Yeah.
And this
Perfect
is a
time.
good time. This is a good time, bro. If you want to tell people about the workshops you got going on too.
Yeah, yeah. So, like, I'm doing this popping program from people around the world. We have Steen, we have Blondie, we have Kid Boogie, Rashad, Future, RoboZ, and we're going to be playing some music. There's going to be a music show for an hour or something. So it's called Poppers Unite. What I planned this was for to donate for the COVID situation here. So maybe I'll be donating among some states, the state funds and everything. So I would really love if people who have joined here can join in. Like there are classes which you can take through Zoom app, and the best part is like the teachers who you would not get together for like maybe years in this country because it's really difficult to arrange something with 7 to 8 people in a country where the currency is so low. I mean, everything is an issue, bro. Here, like visa, currency.
Yeah,
So a lot of these people who really want to teach, and a lot of people here who really want to learn. I hope they're gonna take their proper advantage in this situation of the quarantine, and they're gonna
yeah,
enroll because we're gonna start off from 8th, which is probably in like 3 days. So 8th to 14th every day. We're gonna have 1 hour of ciphers for the students first, and then an hour or two for classes, and then every
yeah.
day, 7 days, we end off with the music show from In Rhythm, live funk sessions, 101.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's so dope, man. To get all those teachers together is like I mean, you'll never see all those teachers come together like that. Like they're
Yeah.
from all over the world, and those are
Yeah.
some of the best in the world. So, yeah, I hope not only the Indian dancers pull up to that, but like people from the US and Europe all around the world, like
Yeah.
those are
Yeah.
workshops that are worth taking right there.
True,
Right
man. Yeah,
there.
a lot of people from Europe, Australia, a lot of different places from Asia, they're also registering for the thing. So yeah, guys, just go ahead, help some people. We're gonna have a great time for 1 week. Register if you want to. You can DM me. If you don't
Yeah,
want to, tell me. I can help you out. No problem. Money is not the last thing.
yeah.
This, I think. Yeah.
Sick, man. Hell yeah. Devious just posted a comment saying, who do you think got into the flavor of the month online top 32?
Oh
Who do
shit,
you
that was
think,
long
bro? Who
list,
do you
bro.
think?
Oh shit. I don't know, man. That was one of the longest lists I saw in like a couple of months or maybe like month. So many people into that thing. Like
Yeah,
Williams. Oh shit. So many people, bro. That was so dope. Shit. I got to know about a lot of people I didn't know about. That's the best
yeah,
thing.
yeah, man. There's so many people from across the world entered that battle. It's like, I think almost every continent basically. And then on top of that, it's like Yeah, I mean the battle guests are already crazy. Then you got two more, which is Steen and Money B.
Oh shit. That
So
was
there's 10 spots. Now you only have 22 spots left that make it. So yeah, man, I don't know. I don't know who else. Iron Mike entered,
yeah,
Slim
yeah.
Boogie entered.
Yes.
So I think for sure both of them made it. Also, yeah, I mean, I didn't even see all the prelims, so I can't even say
Yeah,
who
yeah.
else. I don't really know everybody else. Those were two people. Mad Chad entered, so there's probably another spot. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah,
That
who
was crazy.
knows? It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be wild.
And his
So, oh yeah, 24 spots, yeah. But shit, man, it's gonna be a wild battle. Rock Swift is gonna DJ too, so
yeah,
it's
yeah.
gonna be
So
crazy,
yeah,
man.
I always heard like Roxette is the local crazy DJ there in LA, but I never got to see him because I haven't been there. So
Yeah,
it's
man, he's a dope DJ, man. Yeah, you got DJ Hayes too, who I don't know if he's pulling up, but yeah, DJ Hayes always drops some heat too. But man, hopefully you can make it to LA one of these days, man.
yeah, someday.
Yeah, bro. The flight to India is so long, it's so far.
Yeah, it's too far. I mean, but then in one way, the situation here, it was like before when we were young, we used to travel for these events in other cities. So we couldn't afford flights back then. And we used to take the train. So all these trains, at times, there were these, really slow ones back then. And we used to take these 30 to 36 hour journey trains from one city to the other city, and we used to reach there in like 1.5 or 2 days. This was like
36-hour train
this was
for
like a
an
mental
event?
preparation to be in a jam in a different city to watch the guy who's come to teach and everything, bro. So that was one struggle we had. Now uh, everybody's still doing it. I still did it like last year because there was an unplanned situation and the Red Bull BC one, the finals was happening in here. So there was a 2 day BC one camp and the world finals happened on the third day. So I had to cancel my thing because I was in a bad situation with the infinite pop and visa thing. So I
Uh,
was trying to go there, but the Polish visa was uh, it was an headache. So I had to do it through France because of the Schengen countries and everything. So I was facing a situation, and I thought I had cancelled my plan, and I'd given away my tickets for the final. And then suddenly I feel like, man, I'm gonna miss this. I start the first battles I ever saw wasn't popping actually. It was like the BC ones of 2005, 2006, like all the crazy boys since then, and I really wanted to see that. And suddenly I changed my mind. I was like, oh, if I will get the visa for Poland or not. But then if something's happening in my country and there are so many people from all around the world, I should go for the experience. And I just took a train, and it took me like 1.5 to 2 days to reach the city. And I was like, back to like old times, like really long trains.
wow, man. That's crazy because people in LA won't drive 30 minutes to go to an event. They're like, it's so funny. But so like you have 36 hours in the train. It's like a sleeper train, right? So you sleep on the train?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a sleeper train with like three bunkers. So you have like three people here, three people here, and some trains are like ACs, some trains are non-ACs. So if you by chance go into a non-AC sleeper train in summer time, bro, you won't go to the other jams next year. You'll be
Yeah.
like, I don't want to travel this way. But at one point in time, that was our situation because we didn't have that financial support, but we were just trying to just be there and be a part of something great. And like we were like, yo, 4 5, let's just book the tickets. Let's just go together. We do some random shit. We listen to this. We'll listen to music. We'll cover up the journey. Let's just and that way, like the people who used to come here to judge, teach something, they used to go crazy too. They were like, "What? You keep, like you were in the train for 2 whole days?" And we were like, "Yeah, sir. Just give us some feedback." And they were like, "Bro, thank you for coming." And I'm like, "Why is he thanking me? Like, thank you for what he's doing for us." And it was so hilarious. And these things also kind of determine the passion here in people, I think, because sticking to these kind of restrictions to travel for cheap and still going there and being able to give best, trying to be in their best shape, and having fun, enjoying the event, coming back, preparing for another event, maybe like one more 20-30 hour journey. I think that also drives a lot of people to, if I've worked this much to be there, then why not come back, work harder, and, again, be there. That kind of.
Dang, man. That's dedication, man. That's so dope to hear, like that you guys would do that. That's like a straight up adventure, you know?
Yeah, yeah, for real.
Yeah, I've had some crazy travel stories too, man, where I've traveled like so far, you
Yeah.
know. The longest I traveled for a jam was 38 hours. Uh,
Okay. Where was
but
that?
I was flying from Singapore all the way to well, I flew from Singapore to Saudi Arabia, a flight Saudi Arabia to New York, and then I took a bus from New York to Washington D.C.
Oh, okay.
It's crazy, bro. It's so long. Like, yeah, you start
I
to lose your
understand
mind, man. You start to lose your mind. Yeah,
that.
bro.
At these times, you just wait, like, you wait for the journey to end, and you just, hope that music will save you or something. And we
Yeah.
just do that in, like, long journeys. Let's go.
Well, the thing that I would always tell, like, especially when you're sitting on a plane, like you can't really stand up and like you can't really sleep. And the
Yeah.
thing, I was just like, I would just tell myself like, damn, like it'll be over, you know. I would remind myself like, how old are you? I would say this to myself like, how old are you? Okay, okay, yeah. You're 20 something years old. You're 30 now. Like, okay, you realize that 38 hours of a year is very small percentage of time. It will come to an end, you know. So
Yeah,
just like
yeah.
you could do it, you know. You're gonna hate your life for the next 2 days, but you could do this. It's not too bad.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
So
it
in
feels
that
like
way, like,
forever though.
forever, yeah. Like, so in that way, like, through what I've been doing, I have some real real good travel training because of these bad train situations that I've been facing since years. So now when I go like take these international flights, it's like, wow, this is way more comfortable than those 20 hours. So I'll buy this any day of the year. I'll buy these. I can go anywhere, but then the train journeys.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. It builds you, like it makes you strong.
True, true. That's what I feel too, bro. I mean,
Yeah.
that automatically builds some kind of foundation in your life that helps you in the real future. And you're like, I've gone through that, so this is nothing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the one thing, like when people complain about hardship, for me it's like, I don't know, like the hardship, you can complain about it, but realize like how much value it's also bringing to your life. It's up to you to make that thing like work for you, because that struggle is also like a real blessing if you can come through it. And the thing that if you look at most real successful people, people that are really happy as well, that's what I mean by success. But you look at them and it's they've come through fire to get there, and that was the only way that they would be where they're at. Most people that there's like a slow death of the mundane, like the normality, the kind of easy life, or the little ups and downs. That's like a slow death, you know. I'd rather live a life that's like You know,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
we go into the fire hard, and then we come and we rise up. You know.
yeah. You know, at times, like, especially when I roam around in my city, I watch these daily laborers who are like working in like some small shop, or like who are working in like by the side of a small factory or something. So these guys, when I tend to see these guys, I think within myself, like, how are these guys feeling? Like, do they have something to look up to? Like, maybe I have something huge to look up to this Saturday or Sunday. Like, maybe I'll be traveling to New Delhi and, learning from this guy, or maybe taking part in something crazy that I've been, waiting for. But what about this guy? This guy is just waiting for a Sunday where he can lay down on his bed and just get that extra rest because he's been working too hard and he has nothing to look up to. I mean, I have a community to look up to who inspire me on social media or something like that. But these guys are just a part of that daily struggle through which they don't get these kind of, how do I put it? Like these kind of like the real adventure of life, just like you told, like how an equalizer goes. Sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down, but then our community, our everything beside us, keep pushing, keeps pushing us. But these people, they don't have any other thing to do in their life other than just being a part of their job and running that store, or maybe nothing extraordinary to look up to, nothing extraordinary to feel good about it. Yeah, I've achieved this, or maybe like I've learned this, or this is a craft I can build. So at times I put myself in that situation and I feel really lucky that wow, I'm a part of something really big, and like I can talk this language wherever I go in this world. If there are people from my community, I can talk this language out, and these people, everybody needs to know this language. This is so powerful, like not just pops or something. Just the idea of moving with music, like people who are alike, who enjoy the vibe of the music, so much to look up to. And I just keep put myself in that situation and keep thinking like maybe tomorrow is a better day for these guys too. And if I'm lucky enough to get this, I should turn it into something else, not just be happy about that I've just got it like that.
That's beautiful, man. That's beautiful. Yeah, I agree 100%, man. Yeah, this is it's a special language we speak, and I think it's something that sometimes you have to go through ups and downs, and you have to meet resistance, whether it comes through your own personal insecurities or your society that tells you that it's not okay to just dance, or your family that doesn't accept you because they want you to be a doctor and not a robot. And so for me, it's like I think it's all worth it at the end of the day. Whatever you do, just do it with passion and do it with an intention, and then that's the life worth living. So yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
So hey, bro, thank you for your time, man. Well, let's do it. Let's do another one soon, man. And
Yeah, yeah, sure. It was great, man. I think it's almost 2 hours. Wow.
yeah, time flies, man. Time flies. Yeah, we're gonna. Yeah, I got more questions to ask you too. So we'll dive deeper on the next one.
Okay, something more about India and LA and everything.
Yeah, man. This ongoing conversations, bro. This is 2 hours and we barely scraped the surface.
Now imagine if you would have been here, we would have had the event, and then we could have, traveled to some mountains, some beaches, and
Oh yeah, we would have. Well, this is just the beginning, bro. We're gonna still do that.
yeah,
I believe
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. Thank you.
All right, brother. Hey, thank you for your time, man. I'll see you
Yeah,
soon.
yeah. Same here, bro. Thank you.
All right,
Okay.
peace, brother.
Peace, peace. Good night.